Welcome everyone. Now we are dealing with the cases of conversion method, where we have discussed some of the cases in which there are certain adjustments that has to be taken into consideration while preparing final accounts. I believe you have gone through previous cases and the adjustments which we have discussed. Let us discuss some of the other cases that consist of different cases of adjustments. Next case. Ashok carried on business as a retail merchant. He has not maintained regular accounts book. However, he always maintained 10,000 in cash and deposited the balance into the bank account. So just go through that sentence again. He always maintained 10,000 in cash and deposited the balance into the bank account. That means that specific person is preparing a cash book, either cash book or a whatever it is. Anyway, on the basis of the details mentioned here, you need to prepare a cash book, especially a double column cash book or two column cash book, because here this case might includes the transactions of cash as well as bank. So this is the first clue which we have got regarding which type of cash account has to be prepared. But anyway, let us confirm whether it is a two column cash book on the basis of the further details given. He informs you that he has sold goods at a profit of 25% on sales. What profit? What is the name of this profit? I mean whether it is a gross profit or a net profit. Remember, always this relation with regard to sales and cost of goods sold will be regarding gross profit. So here gross profit is directly given, that is 25% on sales. So if you know the amount of sales, you can easily find gross profit. Okay, next one, following information is given. Assets and liabilities. See, opening date is given, closing date is given, cash in hand given, sundry creditors, cash at bank. See here, cash balance and cash bank balance is directly given, so we can sure that we have to prepare a two column cash book. Next one, debtors account, stock in trade. See, in stock in trade, opening balance is 2,80,000. Closing stock, there is a question mark is given. So from that itself you can understand that here why the percentage of gross profit is given, because gross profit is already given in the question, because 25% on sales. If you know the amount of sales, we can easily find the amount of sales. So if you know the amount of sales, you can find the value of gross profit. So if you can find the value of gross profit, you need to find the value of stock in trade, just like the case which we have discussed in case of memorandum trading account. Any one of the item may be missing and all other items may be given in the question. You need to find the missing item. That a similar pattern is mentioned here. So in this question, you are preparing trading profit and loss account, especially the trading account, not to find gross profit. It is to find closing stock. Okay, we will come to that. We are going through all these individual details. In the examination also, you have to understand the question like this. Read each sentences, what that sentence means. You have to analyze it, understand it. Before we going into directly into computation, you need to understand the general aspect of the question, what the question demands. Okay, analysis of his bank passbook reveals the following information. So these are the bank transactions given: payment to creditors, payment to business expenses, received from debtors, loan from Kumar 1 lakh taken on 1/8/10/2018. Whenever such information is given, when loan from certain person, anything like that, and associated with the time means date 1/10/2018 and 10%. When such information is given, there is a hidden in detail, that is 10 percentage means interest on loan. Here it is loan, so this rate will be interest on loan. So you need to provide interest on loan. And see, the date is given. So date means you can't go and give full interest for the whole year. On the basis of the date, you need to analyze and understand for how long you have to pay, or what is the time period you have to find out to provide the interest amount. We will come to that. Next one, cash deposit in the bank. Okay, these are the bank transactions, and he also informs that he paid creditors for goods 20,000 in cash. Also, okay, these details are cash transactions, and during the year Ashok has not introduced additional capital. Okay, surplus cash, if any, to be taken as cash sales. We know that while preparing a cash book, if you get a difference in the debit side, definitely we know that it is represents cash sales. We have discussed many cases regarding that. This sentence is sometime may be given in the question, or it may not, but it is a common rule that whenever there is a difference in cash book, that represents mainly the debit side difference, that will be cash sales. Next one, these are the aspects which you have to prepare: trading profit and loss account, balance sheet. So this is a general case of various methods or practical cases which we have discussed. You have to prepare some ledger accounts, after that trading profit and loss account and balance sheet. It's very easy. The thing is, some new adjustments are there and some of the items has to be taken into consideration likewise. So now let us deal with this question. So first of all, let us prepare the main ledger accounts. We will begin with cash book. The cash and bank account is prepared mainly to find the amount of cash sales. In some situations, if cash sales and credit sales is given, that means cash account or bank account is prepared to find either opening balance or closing balance. That is the general aspect. So right now we are preparing a cash and bank account, that is cash, the 2-column cash book that consists of cash and bank column in the debit side, similarly a cash and bank column in the credit side. So first of all, write down the concerned opening balances in the respective sides. First one, cash in hand is given 10,000. 10,000 opening balance cash. So cash opening balance is 10,000, and in the next line cash at bank 50,000. Remember, in the brackets it is given credit, that means it is a credit balance. So whenever a cash or especially a bank with the opening credit balance, that means it is a bank overdraft. So that is why it is shown in the credit side. Now go through all the details that relating to cash transactions as well as bank transactions. So here, analysis of his bank book reveals the following information. First one, payment to creditors. So remember, these transactions are bank transactions, and the next paragraph is cash transactions. So you have to be very careful regarding what is what. That means what are the transactions that is related to cash and what are the transactions that related to bank. So payment to creditors is 7 lakh. So it will be creditors account debted to bank by creditors. Remember, try to bring both the transaction, that is cash or bank, relating to a similar person. Here there is cash transaction and bank transaction related to creditors. So try to write both the transaction in one entry itself, or you can write separately. That's up to your discretion. So payment to creditors is 7 lakh, but in the cash transactions it was also mentioned that a cash payment was made to creditors in the form 20,000. So let us write down both the entries in one name itself, or you can write down two creditors, that is by creditors 7 lakh in the bank and again by creditors 20,000 in the cash. That is up to your discretion. Next one, payment of business expenses 1,20,000, that is a bank transaction. Make sure whether there are any bank cash transaction related to business expenses. So if not, you can write down this 1,20,000 by Business expenses 1,20,000 in bank column. Remember, you have to be very careful while entering the amounts in the respective column. Transactions relating to bank should be written in the bank column, and transaction related to cash should be in the cash column. You have to be very careful. Next one, received from debtors 7,50,000. Make sure whether there are any cash transaction related to debtors. If not, you can write down 7,50,000. So received from debtors means cash account debtor to debtors. Sorry, it is a bank transaction, so the entry will be bank account debtor to debtors. So to debtors, you have to write down the amount in the bank column. You have to be very careful regarding that. Next one, loan from Kumar 1 lakh taken on 1/10/2018 at 10% per annum. So here you need to write down the details of the loan amount only. So whenever you get a loan, the entry will be bank account debtor to loan. So here the bank account debtor to here loan from Kumar. So to Kumar's loan and amount in the bank column. And next one, cash deposited in the bank 1 lakh. So cash deposited in the bank means entry will be bank account debtor to cash. Here both the entries, that is in debit aspect and credit aspect, only cash and bank details. So that is a contra entry, so it has to be shown in the both sides. If you are considering it as a cash book, though it will be cash account debtor to bank account debtor to cash. If you are considering it as a cash transaction, so it will be by bank. Okay, here in the brackets C is given means contra entry. Contra entry means transaction that consists of debit and credit aspect is a cash or a bank item. No other items will be there in that particular journal entry. That is known as contra entry. So remember to write down the amounts in the considerable column. See, transaction is bank account debtor to cash. If you are considering this as a bank account, so it will be bank account debtor to cash. So there is an increase in the amount in where bank account. So here bank amount in bank column amount will be written. And if you are considering this as a cash account, it will be by bank. And where is the reduction in the cash? Reduction in the cash. Our cash in hand is reduced because we have deposited the same in the bank. So the reduction has to be shown in the cash column. That is how we have written the amounts in the considerable columns. So go through it. Next one, he informs you that he paid creditors for goods 20,000 in cash. So the entry will be creditors account debtor to cash by creditors. You can either write down like this, or you can write down separately again by creditors 20,000. Here we have written both the amounts in one entry itself so as to save time and save space. You can either follow this one, or you can write down again by creditors and next one 20,000. Okay, next one, since we have recorded it, we need not have to worry about it. Next one, salary is 40,000 in cash. It is a payment, so salaries account debtor to cash by salaries reduction in cash 40,000 in the cash column. Next one, he has drawn 80,000 in cash for personal expenses. Whenever the owner has taken certain amount of cash or bank from the business for his personal use, it is known as drawings. The entry will be drawings account debtor to cash. So in the cash book, it will be written as by drawings, and he has taken cash amount, so amount should be shown in the cash column. Next one, during the year, Ashok has not introduced any additional capital, sorry, don't worry. Next one, surplus cash, if any, to be taken as cash sales. We don't mention that because we know what is the, if you are getting any difference in the cash column, definitely it will be cash sales. So just go through all these details, whether we have included everything. If we have included everything in the respective account, let us balance this. So by the initial glance itself, you can see that this side, that means credit side, is having a total, higher, bigger total. Write down the totals in the total column, show the same amount in this side also, and here by balance carried down, that is a closing balance, that is also given in the question. Write down the respective amounts. Now by writing down the total in both columns, you can see that there is a difference in this side, both in cash column as well as bank column. So the difference are cash sales. See, Here there is no difference in the bank column, because if you add this amount you will get 9,50,000. So bank account is getting a tally amount, but in case of cash side there is a difference, so it is considered as cash sales. So we have computed the cash sales during the year. Next one, credit sales. For that we have to prepare debtors account, and we will begin with the opening as well as closing balance. It is given in the question 1 lakh and 4,50,000. So to balance BD, opening balance 1 lakh, by balance CD 4,50,000. Now go through all the details given in the question. Write down all those transactions relating to debtors. Received from debtors 7,50,000. So whenever we receive amount from debtors, the entry will be cash account debtor to. Here that is a bank entry, so it will be bank account debtor to debtors. So in the debtors account it will be by bank 7,50,000. Remember, you may write down like by cash, since this question follows a system of 2-column cash flow, especially cash column and bank column separately. Identify and write down the cash and bank transaction separately. If you write down by cash account, the answer will be correct, but try to maintain the accuracy. So 7,50,000. Next one, there are no other information regarding transaction related to debtors. So let us balance this account. Here the right side is having a bigger total, so write down the total and show the same total amount in the left side also. See, here it is only 1 lakh, but the total is 12 lakh. So there is a certain amount of difference. That amount is known as credit sales during the year. So we have found out the credit sale during the year. Next one, you need to prepare creditors account. The main purpose of creditors account is to find out credit purchases. We will begin with respective opening and closing balances. By balance BD 40,000 and to balance CD 1 lakh. Now let's just follow the steps which we have followed in case of debtors. Find the transactions relating to creditors. See, payment to creditors 7 lakhs. So whenever there is a payment, the entry will be creditors account debtor to bank. See, by to bank 7 lakh. And now go through all these details, whether there are any transaction relating to creditors. See, he made another payment to creditors in the form of cash, so the entry will be sundry creditors account debtor to cash. See, 20,000. See, trying to maintain the accuracy. Identify the transaction. If it is a bank transaction, try to write bank account, and if it is a cash transaction, try to write to cash account. Next one, make sure whether there are any more transactions relating to creditors. We have recorded all the details. Now let us balance this account. Here left side is having a total, bigger total, that is 8,20,000. Show the same amount in this side also. Here there is only 40,000. So the difference amount is purchases. In some cases you can write down by purchases alone, because in a creditors account, by purchases means credit purchase, because cash purchase will not come in a creditors account. So you can either write down by purchases or you can write down by credit purchase. Whatever it is, your answer will be correct. So right now we have prepared cash and bank account, creditors account, debtors account. Now let us prepare opening capital, statement of affairs to find out the opening capital. Since it is a sole proprietorship firm and the proprietor is Ashok, so calculation of opening capital of Ashok. Write down the balance sheet as on the specific opening date. Write down the balances that is given in the question, especially the opening balances. Please make no mistake, write down the opening balances only. So cash in hand 10,000, creditors 40,000, cash at bank is a credit balance. Remember, don't make mistake. If you find cash at bank, don't write the amount in the asset column, because in the bracket it is specifically mentioned that within brackets it is mentioned CR means credit balance, means it is a loan from outside loan means usually it is a bank overdraft. So bank overdraft 50,000, write down like that, bank overdraft. Next one, debtors 1 lakh and stock in trade 2,80,000. And apart from these opening balances, go through the details given in the question. Make sure whether there are any items that are relating to opening date. Sometimes some information may be given, so go through it. So we have recorded all the details. Now this is a balance sheet which will not get tally. You need to take the balance amount. So find out the total that is having the bigger value. Show the total in both sides. Here it is 3,90,000. Show the 3,90,000 in this side also. Now here there is only 90,000. So the difference will be 3 lakhs. So we found opening capital balance. Once you found the opening capital balance and other respective missing figures, you can go for preparation of trading profit and loss account for the closing date. We all know a trading account begins with opening stock. Opening stock is given in the question 2,80,000. In this case, closing stock is not there. That means you need to find out. And let us see how we are going to find out. Next one, the next items are sales, purchases. There are no direct expenses, so just write down the sales details and purchases details. Remember, make sure whether there are cash sales and whether there are cash purchases given in the question or not. Otherwise, you can write down the credit sales and credit purchases amount. So here, sales debtors account, we have credit sales 11 lakh, and in the cash book we have found out cash sales. So there are cash sales and there are credit sales. So take the total, show the total sales in the respective side. After that, go for creditors account. Make sure whether there are any transaction relating to creditors. There is one transaction, that is credit purchase. Make sure whether there are cash purchases given in the question or in the respective cash book account. So to purchases 7,80,000, there are no details regarding cash purchases, so we can assume that during the year entire purchases was on credit. And next one is the important one. We used to write down the closing stock amount and take the balance and find out gross profit. That was the usual steps which we have been following. But in this question, gross profit is not directly given and closing stock is not at all given. So gross profit is mentioned that Ashok sold his goods at 25% of profit on sales. On sales means on total sales. 25% of total sales is gross profit. So we can easily find out gross profit because here total sales is given, that is 13,40,000, and 25% of 13,40,000 is 3,35,000. So gross profit is given 3,35,000. Write down gross profit C bar D. Now we have everything. We need to find only one item, that is closing stock. So here if you balance these, take the totals of these two sides, you will get 13,95,000. Here also 13,95,000, and there is a difference. That amount is known as closing stock. So we have found the closing stock in this case. Until previous cases we have been doing closing stock will be there, you need to find this amount, but in this case it is the other way around. So once we found the closing stock, let us go to the second part of the trading profit and loss account, that is preparation of profit and loss account. In order to continue the profit and loss account, you need to brought down the balance of gross profit to the other side. So by gross profit brought down 3,35,000. Now go through all the details given in the question. Extract the details, that means transactions that has to be recorded in the profit and loss account. So go through each detail. Here only opening and closing details is given. Analysis of, make sure even though opening and closing details, make sure whether there are any expenses, outstanding and prepaid expenses given, because that has to be adjusted in the profit and loss account. Now go through these transactions. Payment of business expenses 1,20,000. So write down to business expenses. Received from debtors loan from Kumar 1 lakh, and it is mentioned that 10% interest has to be given, and make sure the date. So interest on rupees 1 lakh from 1/10/2018 is rupees 5,000. So how did we got 5,000? That is, 1 lakh was the loan amount and 10% was the interest rate, and the loan was taken on 1/10/2018, that is October, November, December, January, February, March. There are 6 months. So we have taken the loan on October, so we have to pay the interest for the 6 months during the year. So provide 6 months interest, 6 by 12, that is 5,000. So this is how you got the interest on loan amount. Next one, go through the other transactions. Salaries paid in cash to salaries 40,000, and there are no further details regarding profit and loss account. Anyway, go through all the detail whether we have recorded everything in the respective columns. Now take the total of both sides. You will get 3,35,000 in this side. Will have the bigger value. Show the same amount in this side also. Now take the difference between these three amounts from 3,35,000, and the difference amount will be the net profit during the year. So it has to be transferred to the capital. So right now we have completed till trading profit and loss account. Now let us prepare the statement, balance sheet as on the closing date. Liabilities and assets. You can begin with any order. You can either go through all the details given in the question, or you can go through all the accounts or ledger accounts you have prepared. In any order you can follow. So first one, cash in hand. Here it is opening and closing is there, so make sure go through the closing balances. So cash in hand and cash at bank, go through the account whether the closing balance is given or not. See, 10,000 and 80,000. So write down, and remember, instead of writing the closing balances from the closing balance given in the question, it is better to go through the respective ledger accounts. If there are no ledger accounts regarding any of the detail, just write down the amount given in the question. It is but safe to go through the concerned ledger account. So cash and bank 10,000 and 80,000. See, here 10,000 is correct, but cash at bank also 80,000 is correct. So make sure, sometimes there will be a difference. So make sure whether the amount is correct or not. Next one, next account which we have to prepare is creditors account. Closing balance is 1 lakh. Here closing balance 1 lakh. So it is correct. Next one, debtors. Closing balance is 4,50,000. Here closing balance 4,50,000, correct. Next one, stock in trade. Closing balance, closing stock has to be write down. See, here it is 55,000. Write down the amount 55,000. See, in the question closing stock is not given, but we have found the amount of closing stock. So 55,000, write down. Next one, let us write down the details of capital. And before that, remember, there is a loan from Kumar, that is amount is 1 lakh, but remember in this case a certain amount of interest was due, so show that amount also. So loan is 1 lakh, but there is an outstanding interest on loan 5,000, that has to be shown. So 1 lakh plus 5,000, 1 lakh 5,000. So don't forget to show the outstanding amount. In the question it is not mentioned regarding which interest is outstanding, but these details has an implied meaning that there is a certain amount of interest that was not paid. So sometimes this outstanding interest will not be directly given in the question, so you have to identify it. Now let us go preparation of capital amount. Opening capital is there 3 lakhs. You need to add net profit 1,70,000, and you need to deduct drawings. In this question drawings is there 80,000. Deduct that drawings amount, show the net capital amount for the year. And go through all the details again, whether we have recorded all the transactions and balances in the respective sides. If everything is written, take the total of both sides. If you are getting a same amount, your computation was right. If there is any difference, identify the mistake which you have made while preparing any of the accounts or any of the statements. So this is another case with regard to conversion method with some of the new adjustments. So just go through it, familiarize each of these cases. I have been mentioning about this, familiarizing each of these cases. You have to be very serious with regard to that. You have to familiarize each cases which we have studied. You should have an idea about what are the adjustments which we have discussed, how these adjustments has been dealt in each of the question, how certain items has been considered, and what are the tips and tricks that has to be followed while preparing final accounts on the basis of single entry details. So just go through all these information and study this case. We will discuss about some of the case studies with other type of adjustments in the coming sessions. Until then, go through it. If you have any queries, please let me know. We will discuss about that.